Hi there, everyone. Welcome to the summer session of AEP 858 Data Analysis. My name is Joshua Nelson. I'm going to be a first-year teacher at Southeast of Saline next year, and I'm going through the T2T program. Personal demographics about myself. Main reason I'm going to education is I have a deep, deep care for the development of others. I was in restaurant management for a long time, and I love building my team and making them better every single day through development. And I really just love seeing the success in others. I wasn't so big though on the money-making business side of everything, all of that stuff. So I decided I wanted to continue developing without having to worry about business. I don't have any years in education right now. I have 11 years in restaurants and bars between serving, bartending, cooking, managing, and as well as 2 years in IT work. I want to build excitement for math and physics. I love math and physics personally, especially the upper level stuff. And I know there's students out there that have a passion for that stuff, but they lose it sort of through high school. And I want to help build that passion and get them back on a track. Someday I also want to become a building principal, but that's way down the line. So the reason for becoming an educational professional is I love working with kids, I love helping people, and as one of the mottos of Olive Garden was as an employee was get better every day. I live by that, and I want to develop my students in that way. So I started at Fort Hays State in the winter of 2021. I started strong doing 2 intercession classes, and I will never ever do 2 classes in 3 weeks ever again. Not a fun way to start, but we made it through it. I observed at Salina South High in fall of 22. Since I graduated high school from there, I could not student teach there, so I student taught at Salina Central in spring 2023, where in February I got hired at Southeast of Saline to teach advanced math and physics at Southeast of Saline, as well as to lead their Scholars Bowl team next year in fall of 2023. So I'm going to use, for any of this analysis, Central as my basis point because that's all I have to work with from my 1 semester of student teaching. So what this school and the district here in Salina does mainly is we look at state assessments and use those scores to determine where we need to work further on. We use grades from tests and homework assignments to determine what we need to work on again. And there's 3 rubrics that Central uses. One rubric is over critical thinking. There's another one over self-directed learning, and another over complex communication. Teachers do not fill out all 3 of these rubrics. They break it into categories. So science dealt with critical thinking as well as math. English dealt with communication. And it was just broken up in that way. And each teacher did 1 rubric for each student. And teachers the next year will use those rubrics to see where students start out at. For my personal knowledge of using data, I've used grades and test scores as well as individual question responses. If I ask a question during class and I observe qualitatively that students aren't understanding it, I will go through and re-go through that information. But that's as far as my data knowledge is. So my plan is I just want to better understand how building leadership, principals, and superintendents use all school data to make informed decisions, and how I can better assist them in going through that process. Because I'm just not very sure how the all school data works and how it's used. The correlation, so CLO 1.2 is to understand and demonstrate the capacity to lead sustainable improvement processes that include mission coherence, data use, design, implementation, accreditation, and ongoing evaluation. So I've showed through my student teaching that I can lead sustainable improvement through data use and implementation by earlier what I said is grades, assessment data, individual questions, and that observable in the moment reactions I get from students. But that's as far as, like I said, my knowledge goes. So why I think this assignment's been relative is I think knowing how to use data is paramount to making informed decisions for students to improve their learning and improve their experience. What this assignment really showed me is that while I was subconsciously using data in my everyday life and in my classrooms, I don't really know much about it at all. Like, I don't know on a grand scheme how to use all school data. I know how to individually look at grades, but that's pretty much it. So the impact, this made me realize that my ignorance towards data use in education, I don't know much about it at all. Which means, as an implication, I need to take this class very seriously and thoroughly take time to understand each assignment, look through the supported readings and all that. And this has influenced me as well to reach out to my resources, such as my department head, the cooperating teacher I've worked with, my superintendent, principal, and other students in this class to increase my knowledge. And essentially, how will this make me a better educator? As I pointed out earlier, my goal is to get better every day. So I'm going to give it 110% to build these skills and learn from my fellow students, because I'm not an expert in this area and I want to get better through this course. All right, well, that was a little over my 5 minutes, but thanks for listening, and have a great day.